you're 40 or close to it, maybe 42, maybe 38, and you can feel it coming. And somewhere between the mortgage and the kids and the job that pays well but drains your soul, you realize you haven't really thought about retirement in any serious way. Not really. You know it's out there, you know it's coming, but it's always felt like a future problem, something you'll deal with later when things calm down, when the kids are older, when you make a little more, when life gets less expensive. But life never got less expensive, did it? It got more expensive every single year. And that retirement account you opened 10 years ago and contributed to sometimes has a number in it that felt okay when you weren't really paying attention. But now that you're actually looking at it, actually doing the math, it's not okay. It's not even close to okay. My name is Chris, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, aging, financial psychology, and why the decade between 35 and 45 is simultaneously the most critical and most neglected period of most people's financial lives. Because 40 is when the retirement math stops being abstract and starts being personal. And for most people, it's the first time they actually run the numbers, and the numbers are brutal. The first reality check is how much retirement actually costs. Most people have this vague idea that they'll need $1 million or so and they'll be fine. But let's actually break it down. The average American spends somewhere around 50 to 60,000 a year in retirement. That's not luxury living. That's basic. Housing, healthcare, food, transportation, utilities, regular life without a paycheck. Using the 4% rule, which is a common guideline for how much you can safely withdraw per year without running out of money, you'd need about $1.25 to $1.5 million to support a $50,000 to $60,000 annual lifestyle. And that's in today's dollars. Factor in 25 years of inflation between now and retirement, and that number climbs even higher. Now look at your retirement account. If you're the average American in your early 40s, you've got somewhere around 100 to 150,000 saved, maybe 200 if you've been consistent. You need over $1 million. You have a fraction of that, and you've got maybe 20 to 25 years left to close that gap. That's the reality check. Not to scare you, but to wake you up, because the math doesn't care about your feelings. It just is what it is. The second reality check is healthcare, and this one is genuinely terrifying. Most people assume Medicare covers everything once you turn 65. It doesn't, not even close. Medicare doesn't cover dental, doesn't cover vision, doesn't cover long-term care, which is the big one. The average cost of a nursing home in America is over $100,000 a year. A home health aide runs over $50,000, and the average person will need some form of long-term care for about 3 years. So you're looking at potentially $200,000 to $300,000 in healthcare costs that Medicare won't touch. And most people have $0 specifically set aside for this. Zero. They're just hoping they stay healthy, and hope is not a financial strategy. If you have access to an HSA, you should be maxing it out right now. Not spending it, investing it, letting it grow tax-free for decades so it's there when healthcare costs hit. If you don't have access to an HSA, you need to factor these costs into your retirement number, which makes that $1 million target even higher. The third reality check is Social Security. A lot of people in their 40s are still counting on Social Security as a major piece of their retirement plan, and it will be there probably, but the average Social Security benefit is around $19,000 a year. That's about $1,600 a month. You can live on that, but you won't live well on that. Not with housing costs and healthcare and inflation. eating away at it every year. Social Security was never designed to be your entire retirement. It was designed to be a supplement, a floor, not a ceiling. And if your retirement plan is basically Social Security plus whatever's in my 401k and you haven't been aggressive with that 401k, you're going to be in a very difficult position at 65, working longer than you wanted to, downsizing dramatically, relying on family, none of which is the retirement you pictured. Aha, the fourth reality check, and this is the one that hits the hardest emotionally, is time. At 25, you had 40 years until retirement. You had time to start slow, time to make mistakes, time to figure it out. At 40, you have 25 years, maybe less if you want to retire before 65, and 25 years is still a lot of time for compound growth to work, but only if you're aggressive about it starting right now. Let's run some numbers. If you're 40 with 150,000 saved and you start investing 1,000 a month at 10% average returns, you'd have roughly 1.3 million by 65. That's workable. That's actually a reasonable retirement. But if you only invest 500 a month from the same starting point, you end up around 850,000. Livable, but tight. And if you don't increase your contributions at all and just let that 150,000 grow without adding anything, you end up around maybe 650,000, which means you'd need to live on about 26,000 a year plus Social Security. That's a very different retirement than most people are imagining. The gap between those scenarios is entirely determined by what you do in the next 5 years, not 25. 5. Because the contributions you make between 40 and 45 get 20 to 25 years of compound growth. The contributions you make between 50 and 55 only get 10 to 15 years. Every year you wait, the math gets harder, not impossible, but harder. So here's what you actually do with this information if you're around 40 right now. First, run your actual numbers, not a guess, not a vibe, actual numbers. How much do you have saved? How much are you contributing monthly? What's your expected return? When do you want to retire? And what will your annual expenses be? There are free retirement calculators online that will show you exactly where you're headed. And I know it might be uncomfortable to see, but uncomfortable truth is better than comfortable delusion. Second, max out every tax advantaged account available to you. Your 401k, your Roth IRA, your HSA if you have one. After 50, you get catch-up contributions, which let you put in even more. Use every single dollar of that space. This is not the time to be casual about contributions. Third, have an honest conversation about lifestyle. If your current lifestyle requires every dollar you make, there's nothing left for your future self. Something has to give. Not everything, but something. Find the expenses that aren't truly making your life better and redirect that money toward retirement. Your future self needs it more than your present self needs another subscription or another dinner out. And fourth, stop thinking of retirement as old people stuff. You are 25 years away from it. That sounds like a lot, but you know how fast the last 25 went. You blinked and went from 20 to 40. The next 25 will go just as fast. And when you get there, you'll either have built something that supports you or you'll be scrambling to figure it out in real time. One of those futures is peaceful. The other one is terrifying. And the difference between them is what you decide to do right now. If this was the wake-up call you needed, hit subscribe. I make videos like this every week about money, retirement, and building a financial future that actually works. No sugarcoating, no false promises, just honest math and real conversations. And if you want to see what happens when you start investing early and let compound growth do its thing, go watch my video called Do This with $500 in Your 20s. You'll thank yourself at 45. It shows you exactly what's possible when time is on your side, and it might inspire you to make sure your kids or younger family members don't end up in the same position. Links right here on screen. Go watch it, and I'll see you over there.